Sometimes the most forbidden love stories aren't about vampires or royalty. They happen in classrooms, where admiration quietly turns into obsession, and lessons become something far more dangerous. Number 5. Notes on a Scandal, 2006. Director, Richard Eyre. If you've ever watched Notes on a Scandal, you know it's not just a movie. It's a slow, psychological explosion. Cate Blanchett plays Sheba, an art teacher who crosses a line she can never uncross when she begins an affair with her 15-year-old student. The moment that seals her fate comes when Barbara, played with eerie brilliance by Judi Dench, whispers, "You've destroyed yourself." There's no music, no shouting, just silence and that haunting look on Sheba's face. The realization that the thrill she thought she controlled is now her undoing. It's not a love story. It's a cautionary tale wrapped in quiet devastation. The camera lingers on Blanchett's trembling expression, and you can practically feel the walls closing in. What makes the scene unforgettable isn't the scandal itself, but the emotions underneath. Guilt, shame, and a kind of desperate loneliness that pushes people to make catastrophic choices. Number 4. An Education, 2009. Director. Now, An Education isn't technically about a teacher-student romance, but it captures that same intoxicating imbalance of power. Carey Mulligan plays Jenny, a bright schoolgirl who falls under the spell of an older man, played by Peter Sarsgaard, a man who promises her a life of sophistication, art, and freedom. There's one scene that stays with you, when Jenny confronts her headmistress, played by Emma Thompson. She's standing there, caught between her old world of rules and the new world of deceit she's just escaped. Her eyes are full of defiance and heartbreak as she realizes that everything she thought was love was just manipulation disguised as mentorship. It's subtle and elegant, like a soft heartbreak that creeps up on you. Mulligan's performance is so real. You can feel her innocence shattering, not in an instant, but in slow motion. This isn't just a scene about falling in love. It's about what happens when admiration becomes vulnerability and when knowledge comes at the cost of innocence. Number 3. Crush, 2001. Director, John McKay. On the surface, Crush looks like your typical romantic dramedy. Light, witty, with moments of charm. But beneath the laughter lies something much more complicated. Andie MacDowell plays a lonely teacher who believes she's finally found love with a younger man, only to discover in a gut-wrenching moment that he used to be one of her students. The scene where this truth comes out is quietly brutal. There's no dramatic music, no screaming, just stunned silence. You can see the battle in her eyes, between what's right and what her heart still wants. It's awkward, painful, and deeply human. MacDowell gives the moment such honesty that you don't judge her, you pity her. Because that's what makes Crush so unsettling. It doesn't treat love as black or white. It exists in the gray, messy spaces of real life, where loneliness can blur every boundary you thought you had. Number 2. A Teacher, 2013. Director, Hannah Fidel. Few films capture forbidden attraction as uncomfortably well as A Teacher. Lindsay Burge's performance as Diana, a high school teacher entangled in a secret affair with her student, feels almost too real. There's one scene, quiet, dimly lit, late at night, where Diana gets a text from her student. "I can't stop thinking about you." She doesn't reply. Instead, she just sits there, staring at the screen. Her hands tremble, her breath quickens, and you can see the storm inside her. Guilt fighting with desire. That tiny, wordless moment says everything about obsession. How it starts quietly, how it grows in secret, and how it consumes everything rational. Fidel directs it with raw intimacy, making you feel the claustrophobia of secrecy. You're watching someone spiral, not because she's evil, but because she's human. And that's what makes it terrifying. It's not a passionate romance, it's an unraveling. Number 1. The Reader, 2008. Director, Stephen Daldry. At the top of our list is The Reader, one of the most haunting depictions of a student-teacher relationship ever filmed, though teacher here takes on a different meaning. When young Michael, played by David Cross, meets Hannah, played by Kate Winslet, it begins with something simple: "Read to me." That line becomes their ritual. He reads, she listens, and soon, reading turns into intimacy. The bathtub scene is the heart of it all. Michael, shy and nervous, sits nearby as Hannah listens with closed eyes. It's tender, sensual, and deeply unsettling because we know the power imbalance is impossible to ignore. What's extraordinary about the reader is how the relationship evolves. Years later, when Hannah is imprisoned, Michael continues to read to her, now from a distance, through recorded tapes. That's the tragic twist. What began as forbidden passion turns into atonement. The student becomes the moral teacher. The teacher becomes the one seeking forgiveness. Winslet's performance is both haunting and heartbreaking. She's not portrayed as a villain, nor as a victim, just a deeply flawed human being who clings to affection as a form of redemption. And by the end, you realize that the real lesson of the reader isn't about love at all. It's about guilt, memory, and how one relationship can shape a lifetime. Love, obsession, admiration. They all live dangerously close to each other. These movies remind us that the heart doesn't follow the rules we write for it. Sometimes the people who teach us the most are the ones we should have stayed away from. These stories may be taboo, but they linger because they reveal something honest about human nature, the yearning to be seen, understood, and loved, even when it's utterly forbidden.